What's the perfect gift for the end of school or the beginning of a new school year? Not a mug, I can promise you. Most teachers have millions of them, and what they really want is a hip flask full of whiskey. But that's probably a little bit more inappropriate. Something that they will use, however, and lose, is pencils. And laser engraving pencils is a doddle, and far less phallic than a pen is. It's even easier on a laser with a built-in camera, much like the Aeon Mira5s, which I'm lucky to have. Simply line up the pencil in lightburn and burn exactly where you need it to. You can even engrave a cocktail stick with a focused laser and properly calibrated camera. If you haven't got a camera though, or if you want to do bulk engraving, you'd be wise to make a jig. Now this is perfect if you're doing lots of corporate gifts or lots and lots of pencils, for example. Now it was very quick and easy to make a jig with 6mm MDF. That's 1/4 inch for all you backwards countries out there. I just measured out my pencils, making a note of how big the eraser on the end is, where exactly it can be engraved. I then loaded up lightburn and drew out a rectangle. This is the hole where each pencil will sit. And I added a little circle cutout to each hole just to make it easier to grab the pencils after each engrave. I marked on there the safe area for engraving. I mean, we don't want to engrave the rubber after all. Text goes on each pencil for engraving. And I used the array tool to duplicate the hole so I can do multiple pencils in one go. I'm popping in some 6mm MDF to make the jig, taking time to line it up nicely. And then I just tap the focus button for the laser to automatically set the correct focus for the engrave. I also do a little light pulse just to add a dot that can be used to line up the jig again in the future. I cut the MDF at about 40mm per second, so it just took a few minutes, but I've sped it up here. And then I carefully removed all the cutouts. And of course, once the jig is done, you just turn off the cutting on the jig file so it just does the engraving. I've also hidden any layers that don't need to be adjusted. Now I'll stick the template on my website if you want to give it a go yourself. Now with the jig in place, you just pop your pencils in the holes, line up the origin using your laser red dot, and engrave perfectly every time. And it stops the pencils moving around, as after all, they are stationary. So this is my not so secret recipe for pencil engraves. 60% power at 25mm per second speed. I'm sure with a bit of tweaking I could improve on that speed, as the engrave was rather deep. You can easily do about 120 pencils per hour with those settings, and just under 9p a pencil, sell them for at least £1 each, giving you an hourly profit of £98 per hour, or £780 per day if you're doing 8-hour days. It's a nice little job to squeeze in between larger orders too. I've also found a nice cheap but good quality selection of HB pencils at B&M. While I did want to buy some drawing pencils, this just wasn't to be. Oh, and make sure you sharpen them, of course, as well. Otherwise, to put it bluntly, there is no point. You can engrave other stationery too, of course, like the king of the pencil case, the ruler. Haha, I could go on all day, but I do have to draw the line somewhere. If you're interested in seeing what more you can do with a laser like this, why not check out one of my other videos? I'll pop them just there. Now this machine really is a business in a box, and if you are pondering investing in one, remember to use the code Woodgineer at checkout and you get 5% off. And with 150 sleeps or so until Christmas, now is a fantastic time to launch that laser cutting and engraving side hustle.